Hello, my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Oh, happy Wednesday and happy New Day. Well, my name is still remain. I'm Andy from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. I don't carry come again today. I have said this in earlier and I have to repeat myself again. Oh, please do not mind my voice, but mind the message I am passing through. Well, it may interest my Biafran brothers and sisters and the IPOP members, both author and manual pilot, to know that the case of IPOB, Biafra, and also Nnamdi Kanu have been listed at the 78th UNGA that is still going on at this point in time. Well, it may also surprise you that the United Nations General Assembly will soon attend to the case of anything that got to do with Biafra. Don't doubt me. The news is right before me, and I will read it in between the lines as we proceed. Well, before then, please, I want you to do me a favor. Help me like, comment, share, and also subscribe to my channel for a better experience and more interesting videos as we are about to read in between the lines. So, my wonderful people, please, I plead again and again and again, do not mind my voice, but mind the message I brought to you. Make on I hear the headlines as Annie Kings take talk. Mazi Annie Kings addresses UNGA, that is United Nations General Assembly 78, United Nations, on assessment on self-determination charter, under which IPOB falls in, because the self-determination of IPOB in any law, both locally or internationally, is never a crime and will never be a crime. So that is what I'm about to read to us, so that we digest it, and let me know what you think at the comment section. I'll be right back. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe once again. Dear President of the UNGA, permit me to overlook some protocols and also kindly listen to my speech, because I am in a better position to debrief you how much this great assembly has done in promoting a better world. I am one of the end product of the effort of this assembly. I am Annie Kings, a writer, journalist, social and political critic. I might not be recognized by this assembly because neither I nor any of my articles have been made to the international stage. Example, mainstream media. This is because I am not a politician and neither have I any political appointment. I am a Pan-Africanist, but unfortunate to come from Biafra, a nation re-annexed by the force of arms in 1970. Biafra today exists under the sovereignty of Nigeria as a conquered people, and I am deeply dispassionate about it. Make another listen. We have a very important message for all Biafrans, whether you are home or in the diaspora. I want to immensely thank this assembly for bringing or facilitating internet in Africa and the resultant effect of social media. The world become a global family with the help of social media. I thank you all, because without this assembly, Africa will not have access to internet. We are so backward that we cannot produce or invent anything. Even many years of colonial masters exit from Africa, African judges still were weak. This is to prove that we have not emancipated ourselves from the mental slavery of the colonial masters. It is crucial this assembly listen to me, because I stand a better chance to giving clue to what will strengthen and further positively define the United Nations, which is UN. This might be the first time a common man like me addresses the UNGA, and all thanks to social media that has given me an avenue and a platform to freely air my views in this all-important address to the ladies and gentlemen that graced this year occasion of the UNGA 78. African leaders that stood on the podium on this stage spoke for African politicians, and an average African politician is all about his pocket. Forget the emotions and goodwill message, because they thrive in enslaving and the savagery of their own people back home. Therefore, to ensure due representation of African continent, it is my prayer to move a motion for this assembly to annually invite a common man to also the brave and progress of a United Nations in Africa. Let me clearly state unequivocally here in the address that Africa is filled with human rights violations, degradations and subjugations of our collective wills, to which have hampered developments, and these violations don't come from helpless citizens but from the leaders of respective African countries or nations. I will use Nigeria as a point of reference to buttress my point. Violations of Biafran people's right to self-determination. Nigeria, as a member nation to United Nations, has continued to violate Chapter 1 of the Article 1 and 2 of the United Nations Charter for Self-Determination, using brute force of arms to suppress a peaceful agitation for self-determination within the Biafran region. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is an umbrella movement agitating for Biafra self-determination in Nigeria. Their call and demand is for a United Nations approved and supervised referendum to freely and willfully decide their fate, to either stay together as Nigerians or to exit the British government created Nigeria and restore our sovereignty back. Biafra is a nation that was forcibly re-annexed back to British Nigeria in 1970 after over 6 million of her defenseless people were massacred by Britain's supported war of genocide since the war ended in 1970. That the people of Biafra surrender their arms and choose a peaceful means and dialogue in her quest for total freedom from Nigeria. The Nigerian government has continued to use the force of arms to suppress every avenue for justice for the Biafrans. We have it on record that over 1,000 handful of Biafran peaceful agitators are being extrajudicially killed by the Nigerian security forces on yearly basis. Violations of the rights of Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader. Number one we have on our list here is Nigeria is a member nation. As a member nation, has continued to illegally detain Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, who was extraordinary rendition from Kenya against all international protocols, where he traveled as a private British citizen with his valid traveling documents as a free man. Despite the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Arrest and Detention recommendations that he should be freed and be compensated, yet Nigeria government has continued to maintain a deaf ear. Number two, Nigeria Federal High Court has pronounced a verdict directing that Nnamdi Kanu should be apologized to, compensated for the September 14, 2017 military invasion of his home, where in an attempt to assassinate him, over 28 unarmed young able men and women of his supporters that paid him a courtesy visit were extrajudicially murdered in cold blood. These Kanu's faithfuls lost their lives in the hands of the Nigerian security forces. Even the competent court where his case was brought up opined that Kanu is a lucky man to have escaped to Israel, and sternly ruled out that he didn't jump bail. Contrary to the federal government charges against him that he jumped bail. The court went further to say that rather it is an effect of the circumstances surrounding that very ill invasion of his home that forced him to flee. Number 3. Nigeria as a member nation has continued to disobey and maintain a deaf ear against her own appellate court verdict that discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of all 15 frivolous count charges against him, with a verdict that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not be tried in any court of law in Nigeria in the manner which the government has done. Nigeria has continued to order for military invasion of peaceful communities in Biafra land with little or no provocations in a defenseless civilian living population in their quest to silence the Biafra agitation. They used their military and her other joint sister security forces to invade homes, burn houses, extrajudicially kill innocent residents, and unsuspecting citizens of Biafra have disappeared, many, while thousands of families are being displaced. Going further, I wish to remind us that the Nigerian ex-president Muhammadu Buhari mounted his podium of UNGA 72 and 73 and audibly demanded that UN be given attention to the right to self-determination of the Palestinians. He urged this assembly to reach a solution to giving Palestinians statehood, and that I rather found hypothetical. I believe he was motivated on the basis that the annual General Assembly of this food is formality or political parade. He so much believes that this assembly gathers annually to play and take opportunity to make favorable or political comments and not actually to address a real issue of concern. He agitated for the Palestinian statehood twice in this podium during his administration. He continued to stubbornly agitate without being gauged. Let me sufficiently alert this assembly that when a section of this country led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu demanded for a referendum for a statehood, as he, dictator Muhammadu Buhari has always canvassed and directly agitated for the people of Palestine. Same tyrant Muhammadu Buhari unleashed his military venom on Biafrans. Buhari's military continues to kill our people indiscriminately. His military of occupation maimed the people of Biafra satisfactory to their chagrin. There are up-to-date catalog documentations by a world-leading international human rights organization like Amnesty International, civil society, and rule of law on crimes against humanity perpetrated by the Nigerian government of the past and present administration, that this assembly has maintained a sealed lips and a deafening ear. Finally, I wish to submit that Nigeria is a member nation. As a member nation is the reason the world believes that UN has been poorly saddled and ineffective. She contributes to the criticisms that have trailed this great assembly, and unless action is being taken to addressing her mess, Africa will continue to prove the inability of this assembly to achieving a better goal. If Nigeria is properly dealt with, it would be a lesson to other African countries to sit up and do the needful to at least secure a free and human world. I want to appreciate the social media giant owners like the X, otherwise known as Twitter, and the Meta, formerly known as Facebook, for making their platform available for me to make this submission, as I hope that this shall reach the appropriate channel for urgent attention to deliberate on the rights of Biafrans and her civil and genuine demand for a free and fair referendum, which is only a universally peaceful principle or approach in certain conflicts. Long live UNGA, long live humanity, long live Biafra, and long live to what? To the world leaders who will find this letter and show interest in do what? In dealing with the issue of Biafra or in commenting on the issue of Biafra. So my wonderful Biafran people, now so it take BO, and I don't hear them say the case of Nnamdi Kanu and what the Biafrans are passing through are being read at the platform of UNGA 78. If you have anything to say about this message, drop it at the comment section. I will be back to reply you as I always do. Have a nice day. May the good Lord bless this week for us. Bless this day for us. As you do the needful, like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for a better videos and more interesting and effective videos. Bye for now, my wonderful people. I will be back to give you other updates that we'll have for us. Ke Mesiano.